What's going on, everybody? Greg back again for another video, another vlog. We are in the garage, and today more work on the Mk5. Now the Mk5 has been down for about 4 to 5 days. Last week or the week before, you saw I did the brakes, the rear brakes. For whatever reason, I've just completely didn't check the front brakes, and the front brakes are completely toast as well. So I figured, instead of just doing pads and rotors, it's time for a complete upgrade. And this is what we got. So in this box is a full set of front and rear rotors, new pads. I believe they're cross drilled and slotted, I believe, if I remember correctly. I bought this kit off of Amazon, and before anybody says, oh, you bought a kit off of Amazon, yes I did. I've purchased these brake kits from like Amazon and eBay before. You pay about like $150, $160. You get 4 rotors, new pads, and they look great, and you actually do feel a significant difference over the stock rotors and pads. I've had them on my previous cars when I had like my Civics and Integras and stuff like that, and I let other people know about these pads and rotors, and they put them on like their Maximas and stuff. And the guy that I used to work with, he had them on his car for a long time, and he absolutely loved them. I love them too. I'm gonna be looking for, after I get this done, probably in the coming weeks, a set for the GTI and a set for the Jetta. So brake install this week on the Mk5, and then we'll be getting the Jetta cleaned up and ready, since I've been driving her all week. The wife has been driving the GTI. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. So I have to get the car clean. It is incredibly dirty for the Good Vibes meet / show on Sunday to benefit Alex, because Sunday is the get together / meet / show for Alex, the Good Vibes show, where all the proceeds are gonna go to him and helping him with his medical bills. So the Jetta is dirty. I've been driving her all week, so I need to get her cleaned up, vacuum out the interior. Look at that, there's a spider. I don't know what else to do, man. These spiders are everywhere. But anyways, I'm not gonna worry about that. Mk5 maintenance, and then I'll talk to you guys about what I have planned for the exterior to get this car looking nice again. Take my trusty steak knife, the opener of all things. Now when the UPS guy came today, he's like, he rang the doorbell, knocked on the door. I go to open it. He comes out, he's like, hey brother, that thing heavy, man, that thing heavy. It's like, how heavy could it be? Then I remembered on the packing list on Amazon, they were like 60 pounds. So it was pretty heavy, but not too bad. I would imagine brake pads, ceramic brake pads there. I'm pretty sure those are the rear. That's the front. And we got rotors. Where's my knife? Let's see if we can get one open. Check out what we're dealing with here. There we go. This tape is literally the strongest thing ever. Oh yeah. Here we go. Drilled and slotted. They look great. All right, car is in the air. Jack standing on one side, jacks in underneath the middle of the rear beam, as you would call it, even though it's not really a beam. Get this side done, take the wheels off, tear into these sides, front and rear, take the car out, spin it around, hit the other side. I brought the car in the garage just in case, because you never know, Florida. You got gray clouds over there, and if the sun goes down or whatever, I'll have light. And if I don't finish today, which I'm pretty sure I will, I can just close the garage down and leave the car exactly where it is, because the HOA complains if your car is in any kind of pieces. I hate HOAs. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What we're gonna do is tear into this right now and get this done as quickly as possible. Man, those brakes look really, really good. When you hear a little grinding noise, it is bare metal on metal. It started to almost polish the rotor. Should never have gotten this far. Anyway, let's get these calipers and rotors off. Shouldn't take too long. If I remember correctly, all you do is you pull off these two caps. They're like little dust caps for it. It's gonna be an Allen wrench. I forget the size, maybe an 8 mil. 2 Allen wrenches there, that'll get the caliper off, and then 2 bigger bolts here. Those might be either 17 or 19. I'm not exactly sure. I'll let you guys know which one it is exactly. And that will release the caliper from the bracket. Pull everything off. Replace the rotor. We need a Torx screw for there. Once you get that off, this should just pop right off. Put the new rotor on. Put the new pads in. Slap this back on. Shouldn't take no time at all. Okay, so the 2 bolts that are back here that were under the little dust caps is you're gonna need a 7mm Allen, which I got here. And for the bolts that hold the caliper on to the bracket is a 21mm socket. It's pretty sure that's all you're gonna need. You're gonna need a flat screwdriver when you have to separate these 2 ladies. Taking the spring out. Just be careful with the spring. It's not difficult to deal with, but it could be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So a flat screwdriver and maybe a small needle nose pliers will allow you to pry that out and pop that off. New pad. Nice. All that brake material. Nice. Old one. Nothing. The one on the back side had little meat left, but very little. Now, what I'm noticing here is whoever did the pads the last time, yeah, they just jerry-rigged the sensor for the brake. It's all like just cut and electric taped. The bracket, I'm pretty sure the plug is, yeah, it's broken in there. I don't necessarily want to have to cut this one, but if I don't want to have a brake light on inside, I'm gonna have to do something to connect it. This is when you shouldn't have just anybody work on your car. I mean, we got this car 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. The pads were like brand new. They had just did the pads, and surprisingly enough, this is the first time I'm changing the front, and I've never noticed this before. So yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do to fix this problem. I'm not sure if there's a right or a left. I think it's just, I mean, as far as positive or negative or anything like that, I'm pretty sure it's just connect the wires as is. I'm gonna give that a shot, see if that works. If not, then the light will just be on in the dash, and can't do much to remedy the situation unless I probably go to the junkyard and find a whole new sensor, a whole new cable. Because this goes all the way inside and it splits for the speed sensor or the ABS down here. and the brake wear light here. So not wanting to do that, I might just cut and splice, see if that fixes the problem. Alrighty, got the caliper off. I always just hang it. Oh, you guys can't see anything, can you? There we go, some light. Take the caliper off. It's just 2 bolts. They look like this. These are the socket bolts that go in the little area where the dust caps are. As you can see, one there, one there. Now I've already started to loosen the 21mm head bolts. Basically just these out. Now you don't want to let your caliper just hang. I have it propped up right there. If you have zip ties, you can zip tie it, or a wire hanger, or whatever the case may be. But you never want it just to let it hang with the brake line. It can cause little stress fractures and all that stuff. And nobody wants to go start replacing brake lines, because then you gotta bleed brakes and all that other jazz. So, caliper bracket is off. I'm gonna now go find my torque set to undo this screw here and get this rotor off. Alright, found my torque spit that it's going to fit. This is a T30. You can see it fits right in perfectly. Hopefully this pops right off. Nope. Oh, perfect. No issues. So just a little screw. Put that to the side. I believe there's only one. And gonna need my mallet to bust it loose. Alright, bigger mallet. Alright, couple taps with Mjolnir here, and the rotor is off. And what I'll do is I'll go see if I have some Scotch-Brite or a wire brush and clean this around here off, just to clean it up. As you can see, the difference between the rotors, not even comparable. Not even comparable. These are gonna just add a lot of stopping power. And if you don't know, which you should know, but if you don't know why there's slots and holes, that is because when the pad is pressed up against the rotor and it's starting to rub, it releases a gas or dust, starts to build up in between the two surfaces. So when you don't have holes or slots to release that gas, this just gives that gas and the dust a place to escape as you're doing, which allows more pad to hit more of the rotor surface more consistently. Here you'll feel it. Sometimes you might feel it in your, this what kind of like, not really what brake fade is, but the gas will just build up. And sometimes if you know what you're feeling for, you will feel that in your pedal. If you're like driving spiritedly or fast, you'll feel that build up in the pedal. Your pedal will shimmy sometimes, not even under hard braking. Not like ABS, but this just releases the gases as the rotor spins, lets that gas be relieved, and keeps the pad flatter up against the rotor. More surface to surface, better braking power. So that's why all performance brakes, sports cars, have drilled and or slotted rotors. Some people do it, some people don't. I prefer to. When these things are machined and shipped, there might be a slight coating that they put on here for packaging or whatever the case would be. I always just spray it down with some brake cleaner just to get that off and just to help the brakes seat a little better. Here, I don't know if you could see if that comes up. I could see some of it right there. So I always just spray them down to make sure that they're as clean as possible. Well, obviously my hands are going to be dirty, but you get the idea. Give them a good spray. So you can see some of the coating coming off of there. Just spray them down just to break it off. Then as the pads seat, it'll take care of it. Boom. Now later on, I plan on painting the calipers and the wheels a different color, but for now I'm just gonna do this for a quick fix, and then in the upcoming weekends we'll do some more work on this car. I want to get the kit. I want to remove this plasti dip, but it's not, I don't think the person who had these wheels before put on a thick enough coat. So what I'll do is, to get plasti dip off properly or easier, is if you don't have light coats, to actually add more coats. So maybe another can each wheel to build up the layers, and then once that's dry, I'll be able to pull off a thicker coat of the plasti dip. And underneath this, the wheels are black. I kind of want to go back to silver on the black for now, until the color change happens on the car. All right, so I have the brake caliper tool in, set up there. All I have to do now is just turn the knob, pushes in the caliper, set the brake pads, and then I can hook up the brake wear sensor back there. I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, actually, there are the wires there. I'm gonna strip them, connect them, and yeah, tidy everything back up. This job isn't hard if you don't know what you're doing. Obviously, I would suggest having somebody who does know or professional do this, but a couple of videos of watching what's done here is very simple. I already have the 2 bolts holding in the carrier, the caliper bracket there, so yeah, let's get this going. All right, fronts are in and connected. They look pretty darn good, if I say so myself. The rears are pretty much the same setup and the same situation. I am just gonna blast through. It's getting dark out. I don't want to be out here all night, so yeah, I'll just cut in when I'm getting ready to flip the car around. All right, just made it back from AutoZone. I had to pick up a M14 triple square because the bolts on the rear calipers, well, the rear caliper bracket, are gigantic. See those 2 right there? Are M14 triple squares. All right, a little bit of time has passed. Got the rear rotor, new rotors on. Gonna put the new, not the new, put the old caliper bracket back on, tighten everything down, new pads go in, and then yeah, I think I'll probably knock out the other side, depending what time I button this side up. Might knock out the other side, turn the car around to get access to the other side. It's getting, well, it's not too late. It's only about, it's got to be around like 7:30, maybe 8. If I didn't have to go to the store for another tool, probably would have been further along, but whatever, it doesn't take too long. It does take time, however, to stop and film, even though I'm not doing a comprehensive exactly how to, but picked up some power steering fluid for the Jetta. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'll drain, knock whatever, if I didn't finish the car, the Mark 5, knock out whatever's left, bring the Jetta back in, and drain as much fluid as I can out of the power steering system, refill it with Volkswagen power steering fluid. Hopefully I get rid of that whine I get when I turn the wheel all the way, because that's been going on for months now, and I've just about had it. So yeah, a little bit of maintenance on the cars this weekend. I think tomorrow, which would be Saturday, but if you're watching this Saturday, it'd be today. Got a baby shower. I don't know if you guys know Danny with the red Golf. His wife is pregnant. They're having another kid, so we'll be heading to that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be filming or not. Maybe just a little bit here and there with the guys. So it'll be cool to go and hang out with everybody. And then Sunday, as you know, like I said before, is the show for the Good Vibes meet for Alex. So we got some things going on. I gotta clean up the Jetta for sure tomorrow, because Sunday I'm not gonna have time because I was shooting right to the meet right after church. So yeah, tomorrow I'm definitely gonna have to clean her up for sure. So a lot of work to do. Let's get to it. So all the brakes are in the car, installed. I still have to torque down the wheels. Man, they stand out a lot against the dark wheels and everything. Looks good. Looks real good. We'll see after, you know, they break in and start rusting. Or hopefully they don't, at least for a little while. So yeah, they look good behind there already. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad of an install. Some of the bolts, maybe the socket that I used, the M, was it M40? M14 triple square was a bit long. I used a 1/2 inch drive, so it was a bit long on the rear. But if you're gonna do that, try to get it in a 3/8 drive. It should be short enough you wouldn't have to worry about any clearance issues. It's not too difficult. There's nothing really hard about it at all. A little time consuming, but you know, you gotta be able to stop the car. So coming up soon, hopefully I'll get the wheels dipped, or see if I can peel them off. If I can peel them off, I'll have them painted. I can paint them here, paint them bright silver, and I have a nice color in mind for the exterior of the car that I'm gonna try to get done in the next few weeks. Yeah, I was gonna plan to probably wrap the car, but maybe, I don't know. For the price, I think I'm probably gonna give Plasti Dip a try and do it the proper way, not just the way that a lot of people do it, and next thing you know, they're pissed off that it didn't come out too great. So I might give that a shot. So I have a color in mind. I'm gonna talk it over with the wife to see if she likes that color. Pretty sure she will. So that color with the silver wheels, calipers are gonna get repainted as well. Probably should have did them now, but I don't know, didn't run out of time. I gotta, you gotta cover the whole car and all that stuff and mask off everything. So that'll be done here soon. Tomorrow, take care of the power steering on the Jetta, wash it and clean it, get it ready for Sunday, like I said before. And yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end this video here and start a new one tomorrow. So if you haven't already and you would like to, subscribe to the channel, browse the other videos. I have like 80 something videos on here. Some good content. Throw me a like on some of the videos if you like the content. And yeah, tell a friend. That's it. I'm signing off. I will see you guys the next time in the garage. Peace.
Perfect.